What is up, guys? The LA Gamer here, and today I am bringing you guys episode 2 of my NBA 2K16 Lakers Rebuild My League. Now, in today's episode, let me emphasize this right now, I expect things to be a little bit different. I'm probably going to do this a little bit slower just because of the fact that I'm assuming the season's going to be much more interesting than it was last season, just of course because we've made moves that should make us a contending team, but something I wanted to look at is power rankings. That's why I'm kind of scrolled over it. So last year we were probably ranked like 30th, I don't know, but right here on NBA.com we're ranked 11th. 2K Sports, let's see, we're also ranked 11th. Mark Spears, we are ranked 13th, and okay, those are the three little scout things, or three little power, all of which have us in the top 15 teams, and hopefully we can seep our way into the top 10 or possibly the top 5 going into the playoffs. And primarily our goal is just to be a top 5 team in the West, and that should be good enough to get us pretty far in the playoffs. So I don't expect this rebuild to be done this year. I think our team still needs a little bit of work, still needs a little bit of development, primarily before we can be a championship team. So I think in a couple of years we can be the team to beat. Also, a couple of contracts will probably come off the book pretty soon, which should open up space for us to get a few more players that could probably help us out with this team. Like Ibaka's getting $12 million, Kobe's getting $6 million. That'd be $18 million off the book for next season, which would be another max contract. So we're just putting this all into consideration. We have a lot of money to work with as the Lakers, and considering this is my first NBA 2K rebuild, it's a pretty easy one just because of the fact we have so much money. And yeah, that's the great news. Since we have so much money, it makes this opening rebuild league a little bit easier for future ones, and progressively we'll try to make things more difficult. I think right now in my mind the hardest rebuild that I could do would be the 76ers. So that might be one of my more later ones, or I'm not really sure yet, but continue to comment down teams that you like or teams that you think need to be rebuilt, because I've listened to all your guys' rebuild teams that you posted in the first one. All of them sounded like pretty good ideas, so all of them will probably be a rebuild team in the future. Just know that if your team's not picked next, it'll probably be picked after that, or so on and so forth. There's a lot of comments, a lot of teams that I've been considering rebuilding, so it would probably take some time before I get to your team specifically, but know that I'll probably get there eventually. As long as your team is a team that needs to be rebuilt, I'm going to get it done at some point. So either way, we're in October here. We need to, we're going to sim probably, let's just sim month by month. Let's not make it too crazy. October, we only have like 3 games. So we'll just sim to the end of November to December 1st. And we're going to lose our first game. Let's just see what happens here. We're not going to accept this trade. I'm not going to trade away any starters to get like draft picks or anything, because this year I expect more to be like a contending year. So I don't want to continue to rebuild even further. We actually beat the Warriors. So we're on a 6-7 game winning streak, 8 game, 9 game. Okay, while it's paused, that's good news. We beat the Warriors and we beat the Spurs already. We beat the Spurs twice. So that's some good news. We beat the 76ers, of course. You know, we can, I guess I'll show you guys the prospects. I mean, I don't think I'll have a very good pick, so let's scroll more towards the later picks. Let's scout these guys. A 7'2" wingspan, small forward. That's pretty solid. We'll scout these guys. Nothing too crazy. Okay, let's keep it going then. We lost the Raptors by 1 point. We beat the Warriors again, though. We lost the Pacers, beat the Nuggets. So we started losing a little bit, but at least the 2 losses that we had were both within 5 points, except for that Clippers loss. We kind of got blown out there, 11 point loss, and a 9 point loss there to the Wizards. So we'll just let the scout start doing his thing, because I don't really care about scouting. Like I said, I don't really expect it to do anything in this year's draft, or get a player that will even be a reserve player. He'll probably be like number 8 or 9 in our roster. So whoever we draft this season's not that big of a deal. But let's see who's kind of leading the team. Of course, it'll probably be LeBron. Yep. LeBron's got the most points per game, but he's only averaging 21.4, so nothing crazy there. If you actually look, everybody's kind of getting their fair share of points. We're kind of distributing the ball pretty well. Rebounds per game, luckily Ibaka's getting 8. Hassan Whiteside's getting 11, so we got some big rebounders down low. I was really hoping that Ibaka would be a good contributor off the boards, and 8 rebounds is definitely doing his job. And then blocks per game, coming off the bench, it seemed to be, is getting 3 blocks a game. Wait, let's look at this. How many minutes per game does he get? Where would that be shown? Probably more. In only 12.5 minutes, he's getting 3 blocks. So if he was a starter, he'd be getting like 8 blocks a game. Is that what it's trying to tell me? That's ridiculous. So glad we have Hashim to beat then. He's going to be kind of just blocking the shiz out of everyone. So good guy there. And then we have Ibaka getting 2. Some Whiteside getting 1.8, and LeBron James getting 1.8. So awesome job there by everyone. Let's look at standings real quick. We are tied for first with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Surprisingly enough, the Warriors are, what is this, like an 8th or 9th seed? That's a little bit, they're a 9th seed. That's a little bit ridiculous. I don't know what's going on there. And the Spurs are an 11th seed. So actually, maybe I shouldn't be that excited that I beat those teams. They're not even doing good. And then in the East, the best team is the Wizards, who have actually a better win percentage than us. So there we go. So that's kind of the look so far. Let's continue to go another month to the beginning of January, New Year's Day, and we'll see what happens there. We're gonna beat the Raptors, get some revenge there, and oh my goodness, we lost the 76ers, and we lost to the Bucks. That's a little interesting. Like if we lose, it's weird. So we lose to the bad teams, but we beat teams like the Bulls. This Clippers game should be a really big game because they were actually third in the West, and we were second in the West, or tied for first in the West when we last played them. And there we go, we beat them that time. They actually beat us the first time we played them. But that should be a big series, a big game for us. And then pull out a win there against the Bulls. We should beat the Jazz. The Cavaliers we actually lost to, even though they don't have LeBron or Kevin Love. And I don't know. I guess Kyrie can occasionally go off, so you never really know what to expect. Let me check that box score real quick. I guarantee you, or my guess is Kyrie must have gone off this game if he beat us. Nope. I have no idea what happened there. Our team just played terrible. What is this? We didn't even shoot that bad. I don't know how we lost this game. That's kind of ridiculous. Let's just sim the All-Star break, honestly. Like, I know I'm simming pretty quick, but is there really anything to check? I mean, we'll check the standings when we get to the All-Star break, and there's nothing too crazy that we need to check out. I mean, everything's kind of basic. It's just the sim part. The part that I think is more interesting that we'll take slower are the playoffs, because of course that's what matters, is the playoffs. So we'll check it more in depth there. We actually lost to the Cavaliers once again, this time by only 1 point. But a loss is a loss nonetheless. I don't know how we keep losing the Cavaliers when they don't have like 2 of their star 3 players. Don't understand what's going on there. Then a little bit of a losing streak here, 4 games. It's a little interesting. The teams we're playing weren't even that difficult too. That should have been a 4-game win streak other than a 4-game lose streak. Let's see. We lose the Trailblazers. What's up with us losing to these teams? We got to finish off strong this first half. And there we go. We beat the Grizzlies, we beat the Clippers. Those are actually probably 2 important games. And yeah, because of that, because we beat the Clippers, really, we were able to pull a game ahead of them in the Western Conference. So we actually get to go into the All-Star break with first place in the Western Conference. So thank God we won that game. We actually had the best win percentage in the league. So this could be a really quick rebuild. I don't know, guys. Let's see. We'll sim all this stuff. Usually I like to show you guys these things, but since this is one of those weird type of rebuild leagues I'm doing where we're just kind of scroll through this pretty quickly, no reason to do that. And maybe sometime in the future I'll do an in-depth rebuild league and I'm not just simming and going super quick. I might do that sometime in the future. But for now, I just want to try and rebuild teams as fast as possible. Almost make it like a competition for myself to see how fast I can rebuild each team. And it kind of works because then I get to work for more teams or do more teams at a quicker amount of time. So that way I can do your guys' favorite teams more often. So that's kind of the idea of it. So we're going to lose the OKC there. We're going to lose the Warriors directly after. We just took the lead in the West. Let's not blow it now. Okay, here we go. 3-game win streak. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't want us to be a streaky team. I mean, streaky is occasionally a good thing, but I'd rather have us consistently win games. That way we can kind of... I don't have to be worried about us going on a big losing streak in the playoffs, because obviously that will eliminate you. So we're going to lose the Clippers there by a point. That's no bueno. Since they're in the same division as us, we should be playing them a lot. Warriors, we blow out by 50 in that game. Let's see what happened there. I want to check that real quick. LeBron. Okay, yeah, our team just did great. Every player on the team did phenomenal. And Steph Curry, we limited him to 6 for 18. So that basically explains what happened on that game. Beat the Knicks. Like, we've got a pretty easy schedule to finish it. Outside of this OKC game and the Spurs, who actually are struggling, this should be an easy finish to the schedule. We're going to lose the Mavs. Let's beat the Spurs. Beat the Mavs the second time, though. And we beat the Spurs in the season. So there we go, guys. We finished off really strong. KD is actually going to be the MVP. Once again, he's averaging 39 and 6.5. So not quite as good as he did last season, but I mean, those are MVP stats, so he deserves it. Rookie of the year is Max Franklin. Nobody really cares. Sixth man of the year is Joakim Noah, averaging basically 10 and 6 almost off the bench. That's ridiculous. DeAndre Jordan, defensive player of the year. Clint Capella, most improved player, and Billy Donovan for coach of the year. So if he's coach of the year, does that mean he was first in the West? I don't know. What's up with this though? It says Westbrook and Durant are injured. What's going on here? Yeah, okay. Russell Westbrook broke his nose. KD broke his leg. So the Thunder are gonna have a tough trip in the playoffs. That's rough for them. Should make our trip to the playoffs a little bit easier though. So that's the good news. And then LeBron's the All-NBA third team. Do we have any all-defensive players? Serge Ibaka on the all-defensive second team. So I'll take that. And let's move on. We're actually the first seed in the West. I don't understand how we didn't win Coach of the Year, but that's okay. First seed in the West, I'll take that. Let's check stuff real quick. What was I gonna look at? Let's just check at the standings, see how far in first we were. 6 games in first place. Okay, we dominated. We should be the team to beat right now. Since the Thunder have their 2 main guys out, Westbrook and Durant, if the Spurs don't beat them here, that's kind of embarrassing, but we'll see. We'll simulate game by game. We're gonna win the first game, win the second, win the third, and lose the fourth. We should win the series though, and we will. We'll play the Warriors the next round, who we have kind of mixed success with. If I remember our schedule correctly, you know, there was the occasional blowout, but then they also occasionally were able to beat us, so I don't really know what to expect here. The Spurs are up, or are down 3-2 right now, so I don't understand what's going on here. We'll just simulate the current round, because that's all I can really do. And the Spurs are going to come back to win the final 2 games, which is good news for me, because then we don't have to worry about all those guys going off on us. Looks like Westbrook actually was able to play Game 7. He played Game 6 as well, so Westbrook actually played that series with the broken nose, which makes sense. Because the broken nose, it doesn't normally limit you from being able to play as long as you keep those masks on or whatever. Clippers seem to have some success there on the bottom bracket, though. Wow, okay, let's not let this... Whoa, no, we're letting the Warriors come back. We're up 2-0. Okay, here we go. We're going to win Game 6. Oh my goodness, this is a little bit scary. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we were eliminated. That's a little bit rough. Okay, so... one more season at least. We got a little bit more work to do. Losing to the Warriors, that's rough. It's rough, but let's see. Are they going to be the championship team? They will. They'll beat the Bulls in 7 games. So at least it makes sense. If we're going to lose to a team, it more than likely is going to be the championship team, and that's exactly what happened. Warriors are a tough team to beat, especially in playoff time. So we're going to have to figure something out here if we want to beat them next year. Steph Curry finally won the Finals MVP. And let's see. The Hall of Fame inductees of this year will be Kobe, Dirk, and Kevin Garnett. Sadly, Kobe couldn't get a 6th ring with us. I tried to do it, I really did, but we weren't able to do it. So draft lottery. I don't care about that. We don't have a lottery pick, obviously. Staff signing. Let's see what we can do here. We need a few little pieces. CFO. See potential. He's got great business right now, though, so we'll sign him for 2 years. If he's gonna get worse, I don't want to keep him on the team for that much longer. So, A+ contract, A+ trading, keep you for 3 years. He's got pretty bad potential too, but he's good. And I don't expect this league to last 3 more years, so he should be good for when we need him. A+ offense, A defense. Get on this team for 4 years. We'll give you good money. And let's move on to the rookie sign. I don't care about the draft. The draft takes forever too, and I don't care about it because we're not going to get anybody decent in it. That's why I didn't care about scouting a whole lot. So let's see. We're going to draft a 66 overall and a 68 overall. Awesome. Those are good backups. And this guy's going to be 7 feet tall. So no complaints there with either of these guys' skill sets. This guy, I don't really know what he can do. We'll check through, see if there's anything he's really good at. Not really. He's just kind of a consistent player. Anything the center is really good at. Just anything. Good block. 85 blocks. So this guy's more of a defensive center. 7 feet tall. Okay, sweet. You'll be a good guy off the bench. Team player options. Yes, we'll keep all these guys. We won't get Westies or Courtney Knox. But let's see. We got qualifying offers. We don't have any qualifying offers. Awesome. So let's just re-sign Serge Ibaka. Let's see how Hashim Thabit did for us. He finished off only averaging 0.7 blocks a game. He only played 23 games, so he was cool, but we're not going to re-sign him. Ibaka went to $11.5 million. If I saw correctly, though, there's a pretty awesome player we could have gotten. So I think we let him become a free agent and hope we get some great guy in free agency, because I think I may have saw Blake Griffin be a free agent. Let's see. No, he actually decided not to go with free agency, so he declined his player option, so that's why I thought that. So sometimes you have to take those risks. Either way, I might like Greg Monroe more than I like Serge Ibaka anyway, so let's see what Greg Monroe's good at. Great post moves, pretty good rebounding, better rebounding than Ibaka at least. Worse defense though, much better on offense. Let's get him. We're gonna have to lower it a little bit, but we'll give you a player option and a no trade clause. So you should be interested in that. If he isn't, we'll have to figure something out with the power forward position. But let's see. Greg Monroe signs with the Mavs. Okay, well, we'll have to sign Ibaka then, and hopefully we'll have to give him a lot of money because we can't miss out on Ibaka. That will end up ruining our team if we don't get him. Let's just think about it. I mean, we'll give him a player option, not a no trade clause though, because I might honestly end up trading him. Okay, Ibaka will end up re-signing. I might just flip a trade right now, see what I can do. Let's see. We're done with this. We'll go to player progression. We'll see who got better and who didn't. D'Angelo Russell got 4 points better. There we go. 97 shot mid, 87 shot three. That's unbelievable. So we got a great shooter here in Russell, who should make our team a lot better. Some wise I got a little bit worse, but a little bit of improvement throughout the board with some of our players. So that's the good news, because what I cared about most was getting some progression to happen, especially in a guy like Russell. And now that he's progressed, that should help us a lot because, I mean, obviously he's going to play a big part in our team. He's our starting point guard. So let's see, what do we need to work with the most? I'm not going to upgrade Ibaka because, like I said, I'm probably going to trade him. So big man defense, we'll give that to, I don't know. I mean, let's just give more athleticism to Russell. Russell needs more athleticism. Let's give athleticism to Bradley, and let's keep LeBron in shape with his athleticism. So there we go. We're gonna just work on athleticism, make our team more athletic, and that should help hopefully against more athletic teams. I mean, the Warriors, I don't really know how you stop them. I guess athleticism is something you would need to beat the Warriors just so you can kind of stay on them. So I think it's best that we work on that. And now that we're in the next season, typically this is where I would stop, because this was a really quick season because we had nothing really special to do. But let's actually trade real quick for a big player to go alongside LeBron and Russell. We'll kind of flip Ibaka, and let's just see what we can get here. I wouldn't mind throwing in a player like Bradley and get Clarkson as their starting shooting guard if we have to, especially if we can get a top-notch player. That's something I can consider doing. So Clarkson and Ibaka for Favors, and Rondo is considerable. Not a huge Rondo fan, but in real life he's been doing great. Draymond Green and a second-round pick just for Ibaka? Are you serious? Okay, guys, we have to consider that one. Draymond Green's a beast. Real quick, let me see if we throw together Ibaka and Bradley what we can do. But let's just put into consideration that Draymond Green trade, because that would be awesome to get a guy like Draymond Green. Oladipo and Peyton, I like Burks and Rudy Gobert is not bad, but they're only more trade value because they're younger. Oh, I don't want to throw in Russell, 4-star trade prospect, but DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry would be awesome. The only thing they're going to throw in is Iggy, and I'd much rather Bradley than Iggy. Okay, yeah, let's go back to the search of Ibaka. Let's trade him for Draymond Green, and that's an awesome flip of a trade. I don't know why they're willing to get rid of Draymond Green like that, but I'm very willing to just scoop him up off their hands. So no problem there in my mind. And actually throwing Kevin Looney, I have to throw in Adrian Payne. That's fine though. Kevin Looney has more trade value anyway, so I don't know what these people are thinking accepting this trade offer, but awesome. There we go. Draymond Green's the type of guy we need. He's an 84 overall with the team chemistry boost. So here we go, guys. I'm glad we got this done. Now next season should be our winning season. This might only be like a 3 or 4 episode series. We'll see. And I know we're moving by pretty quickly, but that's kind of the idea. So if you guys enjoyed, please click the like button below. Make sure to comment your opinion of the series and what I could do to make more interesting in the comment section below. And make sure to subscribe if you have not already to stay tuned to this series.